It's okay. Hi everybody, welcome back to stream. I hope you guys are all having a lovely week. Good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are having a lovely week. If I sound tired, I am. I'm honestly really tired, honestly. Work has me drained these days, but it is rewarding, so I can't complain that much because I actually enjoy my job, and I feel lucky to say that because some people don't like their job. But I hope that you guys are all having a lovely week and such. Hopefully the week treated you well, and congratulations for making it to another Friday as usual. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time zone you are in. I hope you're having a nice day today. So today we're just gonna have like a chill Zatsu, honestly, because I'm a little bit sleepy. So today's Zatsu is just gonna be a short little thing where we catch up and just chat with each other. So I hope that you can understand. But gosh, I have been very, very tired. Oh, I've been so tired. Gosh, I've been tired. Very, very tired. But again, I hope that you guys are all having a good week. My week has been busy because last Wednesday I started a new job. So I started it last Wednesday, but because it was still spring break at the job that I work at a English preschool, it was still kind of quiet because the new year hadn't quite started. But the new year officially started on Monday. So we had we're getting into the thing of things, and I'm trying to pick up and remember all the processes and learning styles and teaching styles here at the preschool that I work at. And it has been rewarding. Working with children is very rewarding, but it is very, very tiring. Because I'm not only teaching them English as I did at my previous job, I still, do English lessons with them. Because it's like an immersion school, so we teach everything in like English as much as we can. But I also have to help them with I don't think anybody here can remember when they were in preschool. I sure don't. But you gotta help kids do things. So getting ready, so playing with them, reading stories to them, telling them, okay, we gotta clean up because we're moving on to the next activity. Okay, today we're gonna do a fun craft. So we're, moving on to a fun craft today. Okay, now it's lunchtime, so we gotta get ready for lunch, right? We gotta get ready for nap time. All right, we're taking a bathroom break. Who needs to go to the bathroom? Things like that, an average preschool teacher does. We are also expected to help. So it's not like I only teach them English and then the care part is done by somebody else. I also assist with that too. And oh my goodness, little kids are honestly something else. They're cute, don't get me wrong, but oh my goodness, children are something else. They're very moody. Children are so moody. They're very moody. They easily cry. We had some children that, were always crying for their mothers and stuff like that. So they're like, I want to see my mom. And I'm like, I'm sorry, your mom's not here yet. You got to go home later, We got to play with our friends today. And, things like that we have to explain to them. So it's very, very, it's a hard job. And, my heart always goes out to preschool teachers everywhere. If you guys know a preschool teacher or anybody that works with children, the next time you see them, tell them that they're doing a good job. Because it is not an easy job. It's not an easy job crying on the first day of school. Yeah, so we do get kids who easily cry because, some kids are just more sensitive. Hi, welcome in. Some kids are just more sensitive than others. So, they cry very easily. They're so cute, but they cry so easily. Um, and you're just like, oh no no no, don't cry. You know, you're like trying to cheer them up, and you know, but then some kids, you know, you're like, okay, we gotta do this next thing, which you know I can understand for a little child with a still developing brain. It's a lot, you know. It's like, oh man, I gotta do this step and now this step and now this step. And for us as adults, of course, it's easy for us, but for the little kids, you know, they're easily distracted too, right? So they have like a run track mind. So they're like, okay, oh, we're doing this now. Oh, we're doing this now. Oh no, oh no. So you know, each kid has their like quirks and stuff. So it's interesting to see that as well. So yeah, you know, some of them are very cute, don't get me wrong, but also at this age we have to teach them how to do things by themselves. So the class that I work with the most are the 3 to 4 year olds. So they're 3 to 4. So they're still toddlers. They're 3 to 4. But we have to teach them how to do certain things now that they've moved up from the younger class they were in to this older class. We have to teach them that now they have to brush their own teeth, for example. So, like in Japan, it's really common for people to like brush their teeth after meals, which is, you know, common for most things. But over here, they especially drive it, you know, in like preschool. So it's like, okay, we have to brush our teeth now because we just ate lunch, but you know, it's your turn. You have to brush your teeth, right? We're not going to brush it for you this time. You have to learn how to brush your own teeth. When they have to change into their pajamas for nap time, because they get nap time, right? And they change into their pajamas. It's like, okay, you have to put on your shirt, right? You got to take off your shirt. You need to put on your shirt. You need to take off your pants. You need to put on your pants. Those sort of skills, you know, it's time for them to start learning. Wait, they do that? It is interesting. Yeah, they brush their teeth after meals. And it's also very common for people to just like randomly start brushing their teeth like in the office. This was something at my old job too, but like usually when you go brush your teeth, I usually do it in the bathroom. But they don't even go to the bathroom. They'll just start like brushing their teeth. And I'm like while they're at their desk. And I never used to get that. I'm just like, you're just gonna brush your teeth? Like now? Okay. I never used to get that either, but you know, it's very common over here to, you know, just start brushing your teeth away. And I'd always be like, oh, okay. You do that then. It's something I have to get used to because like for me, I would brush my teeth only at home. I can't imagine trying to get kids to brush their teeth. Nah, we leave that to the parents, I guess. But here we gotta teach them how to brush their teeth. And then it's also like you gotta put on your own clothes, right? You gotta go to the toilet on your own, right? Like we tell them, okay, go to the toilet. So most of them by this time they have been potty trained. Some of them are still wearing diapers. Some of them are no longer wearing diapers. So it depends on if they're potty trained or not. But you know, so it is a lot. It's a lot. And then we also do an after school program for elementary school, for elementary age children. So kids who go to elementary school. So they come to they come to our school for after school lessons. Those are fun. Those are interesting because, you know, the kids are older, so we can talk to them better and they can, you know, listen better at that point. But they're still kids, so some of them get so moody. Wait, what happens if they potty on themselves? And then they're changed. The parents do bring diapers, so especially for kids who, you know, are not potty trained, or if they do go on themselves, they usually have a change of clothes and they also have diapers as well. So then they do get changed. I don't change them myself. That is left to the Japanese teachers that we have there because they're actually like accredited in childcare, you know? So there are some things that I can't do with the kids. So like, for example, I can't feed the kids food, you know? And I also can't change them. I don't think they let me do that. I can't change like their diapers. I can help them change the clothes. I cannot change their diapers though. So if they make a mess, we have to leave that to like the actual head teachers and stuff. You only teach them? I mean, I teach them, but I still assist them. They're just specific tasks that I can't do because I'm not a licensed daycare teacher. So like I read them stories, you know, we do arts and crafts with them, stuff like that. There's just certain things that I can't do because I'm not licensed. So it's a small list, but there's just certain things that I can't do. Other than that, I can do most things with them. There's just certain stuff that I can't do. Every kid's different. Yes, you have to have a lot of patience. Brushing right after eating. Oh, interesting. Well, over here, the kids are always brush. They only brush their teeth once, to be fair. They brush their teeth. When do they brush their teeth? Do they brush their teeth after or before nap time? I think they brush their teeth after lunchtime, and then yeah, that's it. They don't brush their teeth after snack time. They only brush their teeth after lunchtime. So they only brush their teeth once when they're with us, but well, you're a daycare teacher. Yeah, so. But, you know, they're still learning things, so it's not just daycare, because they're not just playing, you know. Like, they have playtime, of course, inside and outside, because we do have a playground. So they have playtime inside and outside, but they're not only just playing, they're actually teaching, because since I'm at a English preschool, we essentially do, like, English immersion, where we're teaching everything to them in English. And then once a week, they have, like, a Japanese lesson, you know. But other than that, we're speaking to them. I speak to these kids in English, and they understand. It's just, you know, they're a child, so they're just like, huh? I'm like, okay, it's time to go to the bathroom. Or, you know, it's time to put up a chair, and they look at me. Your voice sounds like the accent of a popular VTuber I heard of. I don't know who. I have a Midwestern accent. I'm from the Midwest in the US. So, there's probably a lot of Midwestern VTubers out there. But I'm from the US, and I'm from the Midwest of the US. So, there's probably a lot of VTubers out there with that sort of accent. But yeah, it's a very rewarding job. But some of these kids, oh my gosh. Sometimes these funny things happen, and all you can do is just kind of just sigh and go with it. So like, for example, the other day this week, like I said, these are little kids, right? So they have nap time. My class that I work with has nap time, and they nap for 2 hours. So after, so they nap for 2. So after lunch, they clean up after lunch. They have playtime, and then I read a story to them, and then they change into their pajamas, and they go for nap time. You know, nap time, right? So they nap for 2 hours, and then I also come and help them wake up for snack time and then playtime outside, right? So they wake up after their nap and they do a snack time and playtime outside. Or they're supposed to play outside, but you know, they have a strict schedule. So like, if it's a slow day, because sometimes these kids move really slow, right? Because, you know, you have to help them do tasks. So sometimes they only get like 5 minutes to play outside. We always tell them, you want to go play outside? Okay, we got to eat snack and change, and then we can go play outside. And they're like, okay. And they still take their slow time. And I'm like, oh, okay. So the other day we had a time because we usually wake them up gently. If that makes sense. So I come in and I help to wake them up, right? So we usually open the curtains, we turn on the lights, right? And we start to wake them up gently. So usually, you know, a couple kids might be up by now. Some kids take longer to wake up than others, right? But my V2 model froze, sorry. I really gotta get this troubleshooted because I don't know why it keeps doing this. I don't know why it keeps doing this. So the other day, one girl started crying as soon as nap time was over. She starts wailing. because she was crying all day for her mom because she was like she's a sensitive, you know, you have some sensitive kids, right? So she's one of the sensitive ones, and so she started crying after nap time. The thing is that she was loud. How long is nap time? They have a 2-hour nap time. So I understand why they're grumpy after nap time, because if somebody woke me up after 2 hours, I too would also be mad. But you know, so they have like a 2-hour nap time. So this little girl starts crying, you know. Yeah, she starts crying like crazy, right? She starts wailing loudly. And this causes her to wake up all the other kids, right? This causes her to wake up all the other kids. And so because they weren't woken up in a nice, common way like they usually are, they all start crying. So we got like half the class crying now, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. It's time to wake up. We gotta eat snack time. I just remember telling the teacher, like, at the end of the day, yeah, it was like the domino effect. One starts crying, another starts crying, another starts crying. And they all sound the same too. They're all like, ah! And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh boy. So that was a time. I just remember telling the head teacher at the end. I was like, it's been a day, huh? And she was like, yeah. It's funny though, because the Japanese teachers here, they still speak English. They still speak English to the kids to help encourage them to also use English. But you know, they're not fluent, so sometimes, you know, they learn English from the English teachers too. So when I told her, oh, it's been a day, man, like it's been really tough, she's like, oh, what does that mean? And I'm like, so when you say like it's been a day, it means it's been a rough day. Like, oh, it's been a day. Like, oh, 大変だったね. It's like, oh, 今日大変だったね. So I was like, yeah, it was a day. It was a day with those kids. And you know, I'm trying to be confident too, because I'm new. So, you know, the kids are still getting to know me and everything. And so I'm trying to be confident, you know, and stuff. But it's hard when you start a job because you're new, you know, and you don't know some stuff and you're not used to it yet. So you just got to be confident, you know. And I'm like, I know I need to be confident. I'm trying not to be afraid, because I'm just like, okay, these kids, you know, the good thing is that these kids don't have an idea of like what's embarrassing yet or not. So like, you know, you can do silly stuff in front of them to try to get them to laugh, and you know, it's okay. But I'm just also trying to be confident, because, you know, if I'm confident, then they'll want to follow me, you know. But if I'm not confident, then it won't go good. So I'm trying to be more confident. Aw, thank you. I think so. Other teachers have told me that we're doing okay too. But yeah, it's a tough job. Honestly, I would have never found myself to be working with children, but it's honestly quite rewarding. So I'm liking it. Now, the only thing with my job, though, is that I have to work one Saturday a month now. Because we also have a Saturday school program for elementary kids. It's just like a half a day program. It runs from, I think, 9 to 1. So it's like half a day. It's like a half day, like after school program is all. So it runs like for half the day, and then they go home. But I do have to work one Saturday a month. So this is going to affect my stream schedule. So for example, tomorrow I work. So wait, why? Well, I don't know. The school decided to do a Saturday school program. Saturday school is actually quite common here in Japan. It's common for students, even at their usual school, to have Saturday lessons. So it's quite common in Japan. And so my preschool also does Saturday lessons, because it's a preschool and an after school. So we teach elementary kids too. They just come after school, because you know they have actual school and then they have after school. So they come on Saturday. So you can also sign them up for Saturday classes as well. So they come on, Saturday, and we have a lesson with them, and then it's only like half the day, and I think it's over by 1 o'clock. I think so. I have to double check, but I think it's usually over by like 1 or 2 o'clock. So they only come for like half the day. But the way that, and then because they only come for half the day, like the teachers essentially just like rotate. So I work tomorrow. So for example, I work tomorrow as a Saturday, but like I'm not gonna work like next Saturday or the Saturday after that. Like I only have to work one Saturday a month usually. And then if I have to work a second Saturday to cover for somebody or something, then I get the day off on Monday. So, excuse me. It's actually not a bad gig, I don't think. I don't think it's bad. It's only one Saturday a month. I think I'll be fine. It's only one Saturday a month. And I actually, because of the way the schedule works, it's not technically a full day for me. So I'm like done at 3 o'clock. So I actually get to go home at 3. So for example, tomorrow, because I work, there's probably going to be some weekends where I do not stream on Friday because I have work the next day. I'm only streaming today because I wanted to, and I also wanted to explain. But likely going forward from now on, I probably will not stream on Fridays when I work Saturdays. Only when I have a Saturday. If there's no work on Saturday, then I'll stream as normal. But if I have a work on a Saturday, I probably won't stream on that Friday so that I can relax and rewind and, get ready for work in the morning. So, but I'm streaming today because we're only doing a Zatsudan today, and it's only going to be like a short one. So I don't mind. Zatsu's, doing just chatting doesn't take a lot of energy, but like doing gaming and stuff, I probably won't do runs on Friday. But I do apologize for all the wishy-washiness. I wish I had more stuff to like post during the week. But like, what does Zatsudan mean? Zatsudan just means just chatting. It's from like Japanese. So if you ever see Japanese VTubers when they do just chatting streams, they often call them Zatsudan. So it's the same. So it's just chatting. It's just chat and stream in Japanese. But it's made its way over to English, so a lot of VTubers also use it as well. So yeah, today's just a Zatsudan, but typically if I work on Saturdays now, you probably won't catch me streaming on Fridays. But that's only gonna be once a month. Otherwise, it'll be the normal 3 days. Work does definitely have me busy, but what can you do? You gotta make that money. It's the life of an adult. You gotta make that money. But gosh, I wish that I could stream more. I always wanted to stream during the week, but I'm just so tired now during the week. Too tired. Why am I not blinking? I've been having so many issues with calibration lately. I can't tell if it's my camera or if it's VTube Studio. Maybe I do need a new camera. Maybe I do need a new camera. I don't even want to game sometimes. I know, right? Sometimes when I come home from work, it takes me like forever to actually start gaming. Cause sometimes I just want to do nothing. But like I want to game at least a little bit because I want to like, do something fun before going to bed, you know what I mean? I don't want to do like nothing. But I do wish I could stream during the week more. And I wish that I could record more stuff, but I've been so tired lately that I haven't been able to record much ASMR at all. I gotta get used to it. Once I get into the rhythm of my new job, I think it'll be okay. I just have to get used to it, you know? Especially because at my old job, I had a lot less to do. But at this new job, I have stuff to do all the time. I actually like it because at my old job, like I was desk warming so much. If you're wondering what do you mean by desk warming? It means you're sitting at your desk doing nothing. You're keeping your desk warm. That's why they call it desk warming, because you're keeping your desk warm. Because you're not doing anything. And that was at my old job when I wasn't teaching. I wasn't really doing a lot. I was just sitting there. I'd be on my phone or something because I didn't have nothing. As a preschool teacher, do you have things to prep beforehand? Yes, we do have things to prep beforehand. So we have meetings with the Japanese teachers, and they usually tell us what they would like us to, what sort of activities they would like us to do with the children. Or this is the activity we're going to be doing, so please explain this to the children and stuff like that. And then we also prep for our after school lessons as well. So we make lessons for that and then also prep for other things. So yep, there are things that we do prep beforehand, basically lesson planning and, you know, story planning. So we choose what stories we're going to be reading to the children, stuff like that. We do special events with them. That's usually directed by the Japanese teachers and my boss, who's like the, I don't know, supervisor, head teacher. I don't know what to call her because she's like the supervisor. She's like all of our bosses. So I'm not sure what to call her, but but we also do special events. So for example, yesterday it was Easter, so they had an Easter egg hunt. That was fun. And then we have, you know, do we have another event for them this month? No, that was the Easter event. And then they don't have an event. And then next month we have an event for them called the Sports Festival. So that's when they're going to be, you know, doing racing and stuff like that. So they plan events and stuff. And so we plan stuff like that. And then we also plan trips with their parents. They're called like excursions. But we plan trips with the parents, so the parents can come with their children, and we run events. So it's like a parent-child day sort of thing. So yep, there's a lot of things to prep for. But yep, we get plenty of prep time though. Yeah, there is prep time. So there's like, but like the difference between my prep time now and the prep time at my old job is that like I actually have more things to prep for. So like I'm actually using my prep time to prep. Yeah, so you know, it's like a field trip. Yes, so kind of like field trips, I guess. But only this time it's, you know, the parents can like really enjoy it, so we invite as many as the parents as we can, and we really encourage them to please come, you know, with their kids for the event and stuff. And it gives them a chance to see their kids' skills and, you know, to see how their child is progressing with English. So yeah, and it's also a good chance to meet the parents of the kids, you know. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. Meeting parents is always a little bit scary. I never really met parents at my old job. But they're very nice, though. The parents are nice, though. But most parents I've met here are nice. They seem pretty happy that kids are teaching English. Not the kids are learning English, I mean. Oh, that's plus space. Yeah, so this isn't like... So basically, the excursion is designed for parents and children. So it's not like they're volunteering. It's like it's designed to be a parent-child event. So like it's designed to be a parent-child event. So like the parents actually pick up their child, actually bring their child to the place that we're doing the event at, if that makes sense. So it's not like a field trip where they volunteer to be a chaperone. But it's where they can come and like, you know, spend time with their children at like a school event. So I guess if I can compare it to, I don't think we have a lot of those back in the U.S. So maybe that's why. Because like I agree with you. Back in the U.S., like there would be field trips where parents would like come and chaperone and stuff. But like we wouldn't really have too many events where parents would come and also hang out. I mean, I remember like there used to be like a marathon sports day event that like I used to see that like my parents came to once. But now that I think about it, there weren't really many. I don't think so. Well, to be fair, I didn't go to preschool. I should mention this. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't go to preschool. I only went because my mom had like a. My mom was like a stay-at-home mom, and she had her own daycare. So I was like in daycare at my mom's daycare because she had a home daycare. Um, when I was young, but I didn't. So I didn't go to like an outside preschool. I went to my mom's daycare. And then, of course, I entered kindergarten, like, actual school when I was old enough. But people talk about, like, but so yeah, I've never been to, like, a traditional preschool, technically. But yeah, traditional preschools often would have, like, other things and stuff. But really, preschool often is for parents who are working. So I can imagine it can be hard for some parents to, like, come to the events because they're working. Like, maybe they could get the day off, but I can imagine for some parents it just might be tricky to come, because, it's hard to get the day off. Well, no, I think it's a great, I think it's a great thing for the parents to be able to do. So, but yeah, it's a pretty fulfilling job. I have gotten sick this week though. These kids are so cute. And so, they want to be picked up and they want to be hugged and stuff like that. We got to give them lots of affection, which I do. But they get so close to you and they like to sneeze in your face. And I'm like, why did you sneeze in my face? I'm like, please don't sneeze in my face. And they sneeze. You're sick every week. Achoo. I'm not sick every week. I mean, I was, but I have better medicine. I have better medicine now, so I'm not sick. So I didn't get sick from like lack of sleep. I got sick because these kids are like a petri dish. These kids are like petri dishes, man. They have so many they have so many, germs. It's 6 last month. Yeah. It's not my fault. These kids don't know personal space and they're like little petri dishes. But I also have to be careful because I can't, if I'm like sick, I can't like necessarily come into work all the time because then these kids could get sick from me. I don't want these kids getting sick from me because, they're children. So when they get sick, it's like worse for them. So I gotta be better. So sometimes I wear like a mask. Yo, good dear, that's not fun. I hope you do feel better. Being sick for a month is not fun. So feel better soon. But yeah, I have to be considerate of these kids because I don't want to get them sick, But yeah, being sick sucks for everyone, I know. And like, I know that I could mask more at work, but the thing is about masking is that if I mask a lot, these kids can't, they can't see my face. And then I think it's hard for them to tell who I am, So I try not to mask because I don't want especially like once they get used to me, I think I'll mask more, but I want them to remember my face and my name since I'm new. I want them to remember my face and my name, so Once they remember me, then I'll probably start wearing a mask. Hot, cold. Well, it is supposed to be spring now. Well, it is supposed to be spring soon. Well, it is supposed to be spring now, but I know what you feel. It's still pretty kind of cold around here, too. It's like winter is still trying to stick around, but I just want it to warm up already. But I know that I'm gonna regret saying that because it gets so hot here. Well, yeah, here in America, it's like flip-flopping back and forth, isn't it? When I talk to my family. It's flip-flopping back and forth in America. Over here, it's kind of flip-flopping back and forth, too. But I don't want the heat to come because I'm so bad with the heat. Ugh. I hate it. So, like, I'm like, I don't want the heat to come. Please don't come. I don't want you to come. No. So I don't want the heat to come either. Yes. It's starting to get cold here. Oh, cold. Oh, do you live in the southern hemisphere? So, like, you guys are, like, getting ready for winter or fall, I think. I forgot. I don't know what it is in, like, Australia right now, but it's something. Well, definitely you guys gotta be careful when the seasons are changing. That's the easiest time to get sick because of the temperature. So, you gotta be careful. Oh, okay. You guys are getting ready for winter. How fun. Oh, our winter's already over. Or, like, I hope it's over. But, like, I don't want it to get hot because I hate the heat. I'd rather be cold than hot. Because it's easy to warm up, but it's not easy to cool down. Like, I still remember last summer where I almost passed out from the heat, so... I'm through, though, because I got sick a couple days ago, I know. I need summer. Well, it's coming soon. It just gets so humid here. I know, but, like, have you guys ever gotten heat stroke? It's not fun. Wait, I don't have Twitch chat today, so let me move you guys over. But, like, have you guys ever gotten heat stroke, though? It is not fun. I got heat stroke, like, once before. Ugh. Luckily, I didn't have to go to the hospital. I was able to cool down. But, like, I was like, ugh, this is bad. Oh, you're from Southeast Asia, so you don't get that. Well, some of us are not made for the heat. Myself. I'm from the Midwest. I wasn't made for the heat. So when it gets hot like this, I get heat stroke. Also, the medicine I take makes me more susceptible to the heat, I found out. So I was like, oh. Huh? I was like kind of pissed off when I found that out. I was like, what do you mean that I'm more susceptible to the heat now? But yeah, when you take certain medication, you can be more susceptible to the heat. So I was like, oh, I'm offended by that. How dare I be more susceptible to the heat? Strong-willed, headache. Ugh, nope. For me, if I get a headache as soon as that, it's night, and that means it's time for me to go relax and rest and get some water. So when it comes to the summer, I prefer to stay indoors with my AC on. That's it. You're not gonna catch me doing any heavy activity. I prefer to stay inside with my AC on, all that good fun stuff. Heat stroke is no joke. It is not fun. So I would rather do that. Oh. Of course you do. What? I don't need to be going outside in the summer. What's outside in the summer? Heat, mosquitoes, humidity, the sun. You know what? The mosquitoes are already out. You would think they would stay dead a little while longer, but nope, the mosquitoes are already out. Exactly, the sun beating down, wanting to give us, sunburn. Not that I personally, do I do anything with heat stuff? No, I don't do anything with heat stuff, but like, I mean, I don't get sunburned, I don't think much, but still, I don't really get sunburned or anything like that, but still. Oh, wait, that reminds me. I'd rather go outside. Okay, I don't stay inside because I'm a VTuber. I just happen to be a VTuber who stays inside, excuse you. I was staying inside before VTubing even was a thing. Thank you very much, okay? I am not a VTuber because I stay inside. Me staying inside and me being a VTuber are two separate things. Even if I wasn't a VTuber, I would still stay inside. Okay, when all the other kids are outside playing, I like to be inside, reading a book or playing video games. Okay, I mean, I just don't like nature that much. I'm not a fan of nature. Well, you became a VTuber because you stayed inside. Well, I became a VTuber because I wanted to be an anime girl, to be honest. I also wanted to stream without showing my face. But I became a VTuber mostly because being an anime girl sounded cool and seemed like a great way to escape my boring, monotonous life. But it just happens to be that I'm an introvert. But the staying inside part was just always a part of me. Gosh, this is such an annoying ass boss. I feel like, why does Granblue always do that? So yeah, the stand inside part came me later. Oh, I almost forgot to remind you guys. I'm an introvert now. I've always been an introvert. My mom teases me about it now. She's like, you're always so introverted. When you were a kid, you would just stare at people. Apparently, according to her, I was one of those kids who would just stare at people even if they talked to me. And I was like, that can't be so bad. And now I do. And now, like, being a preschooler teacher, I'll talk to the kids and they'll just stare at me. And I'm like, okay, maybe I now know. Ooh, but like, and so now I'm just like, oh, this is what my mom meant. She's like, I would stare at people because I was a very quiet kid. I was very shy. So when people would talk to me, I wouldn't answer. I'd just kind of stare at them. But now I know how that feels because kids will stare at me when I talk to them, and I'm like, okay, I now know what my mom was talking about. But like, I was just a shy kid. Sue me. Well, like, sue me. I was like a naturally shy kid, man. So, yeah, I always did that. Wait, you know what though? Talking about that made me remember a funny memory. Okay, so back when this was you. That was me as a kid. I'm not even joking. I would just stare at them with like that expression. Of course I'm not yandere. I don't do that shit. That's too much energy to spend on one person. I never have become obsessed with someone to the point of that thing. Nope. But, oh wait, you know what that story reminds me of? It reminds me of a funny story of when I was doing my study abroad. So I did a study abroad for 1 year in Japan back during university, right? And as a part of the study abroad exchange as a part of my exchange program, right, they would have us exchange students do like different cultural exchange events, you know what I mean? So like we would do different cultural exchange events. So like we had one event where we had to like go to like a high school, you know, we had another event where we had to like, you know, we had like these different events. So one day they had us do an event with like these elementary school kids. Mind you, this was not in English. Like this event was not really made in English. It was in Japanese. And at the time, my Japanese was still very beginner level. And all of a sudden, they put us together. So, you know, we're like college age kids. We're like college aged, right? And they put us together with a bunch of elementary schoolers. And they're like, all right, we're gonna do like some fun event. I forgot what we were doing. We were playing some game, and they're like, okay, we're gonna do this game with the kids, and then afterwards we're gonna do like origami, right? I'm trying to play with these kids, and this girl is just staring at me. She's not moving. She's hiding like behind her other sister, and I don't know what to say to these girls because I'm like, my Japanese is shit. I don't know what to say to them. But they just threw us in this event and they're like, okay, work with the kids. And I'm like, why did you do this? I don't know what to do. These kids don't know English. So somehow we managed to get through that event. And then the next event, they were like, all right, the exchange students are going to teach the children origami. Okay, side author's note. I suck ass at origami. I do not know how to do origami. It has always been tricky for me and I don't know why. Like, I was like, why the hell are you having us teach origami? I don't do origami. So they're like, okay, have the kids, you know, teach the kids origami. And I'm like, what do you mean? I don't even know how to do origami. So like they give us origami paper and they give us like the pattern and stuff and they give us the steps. And so I'm like with my friends. Luckily, we're not doing this one-on-one. I'm with my friends. I'm just trying to fold the damn paper to make the origami thing. The kids are looking at me because they're just like, what is this girl doing? Because I cannot do it to save my life. My friend is like, Coco, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know how to do origami, okay? I've always sucked at it. I'm like, I sucked at this. I was like, why did they do this event? I can barely speak Japanese. These kids just keep staring at me. And also at the time I had really bad anxiety. Oh my gosh, it was a time. But don't worry, young Coco didn't know that, but in the future she would work with children more. I just remember doing that and then being like, I can never work with children again. But don't worry, you're working with kids now and it's much better. But oh my gosh, I remember that sometimes and I just kind of laugh because I was like, how did I get myself into this situation? And then there was another time where we had to work with like middle school students, but they were like actively learning English. So I was able to use like simple English with them and like simple Japanese with them and it was okay. And they were in middle school. But like, I'm like, don't have me work with elementary schoolers. So do you know how to do origami now? No. And I'm really worried that one day at the preschool, they're going to do origami and I'm going to be like, oh no, not again. Why? Because I don't know, okay? Like, the folding of the paper in really specific lines is hard for me, and it always ends up looking like shit, okay? I'm sorry. My origami has always been shit, and I don't know why. It just looks like shit. It looks terrible. It looks awful, and I don't know what to do, okay? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Think of it as a paper plane. Paper planes are easy, but origami is hard. So I was just like, I am not enjoying this at all whatsoever. I was like, this is crazy. Okay. Oh wait, it's almost 11 o'clock. Okay, as much as I'm having fun chatting with you guys, I think I have to end stream here because like I said, I have work tomorrow. I have work tomorrow, but I'll be streaming ASMR tomorrow though. Don't worry. I'll be streaming tomorrow, but I have to cut stream short today because I have to go to work. I have to be a responsible adult. I'm sorry. I gotta go to work. I gotta be a responsible adult. And I gotta go to work. It's not my fault. I gotta go to work. What do you mean, sure? If I don't work, I don't eat. But before I go, I just want to remind you guys, oh wait, I forgot to put my tip goal here. Oh wait, it's not on here. Where'd it go? Browser, add existing. Tip goal. Here my tip goal. Okay. Responsible, she says. I gotta be responsible. But just as a reminder for you guys who are looking for voice commissions, that's not my image. That's not my image either. Where'd my image go for my commissions? Okay, I'll just have to make a new image. I have so many images. This is bad. I have too many images. I need to like clean this up. But will I? Who knows? Oh, where's my commissions? Gotta be somewhere. Ah, here we go. Tell myself that every day. All right, so just a reminder for anyone interested that I'm currently taking audio commissions. I'm a little bit behind on some bills or whatever. So if anyone's interested, I'm currently taking audio commissions. $5 per minute for safe for work and $10 per minute for not safe for work. I will do mostly anything except the things listed on here. So if you are interested, please feel free to send your payment to Stream Elements and I will be in contact with you for your commission. But feel free to tell your friends. I'm doing mostly anything, so tell your friends. But speaking about ASMR, we will be streaming our usual ASMR tomorrow at 9 p.m. JST. So please join us for our usual ASMR stream, where we do soft chatting, soft talking, and of course, everybody's favorite triggers. So if you're looking for relaxation, please come by. I'll be waiting. All right, so I now have to go myself. But as always, everyone, stay safe, stay classy, and as usual, I shall see you in your dreams. Bye-bye. I should say, it'll actually be triple.